After 4 long years of being a dedicated and loving stay-at-home mom, I've officially handed in my resignation letter and I quit. Or maybe I was fired. Or maybe a little bit of both. That doesn't matter. The point that matters the most is I am fearlessly taking the time to focus on myself, my career, my dreams, and my goals, and I'm getting my life together, which means that I will be temporarily leaving my children with their father while I figure everything out, which can be a little bit controversial. I might get a little bit of slack for this video, but guess what? I don't care. I'm going to tell you my truth and how I got to this point. So stick around if you're interested. So, how did I get here? Let's talk about it. Let me give you all the tea. If you're new here, my name is Nico Chanel. I'm 28 years old. I am a mom of 2 beautiful boys. I am a businesswoman. I'm a creative. I'm a unicorn. I do it all. Oof. Did y'all see that? Don't mind that. Anyway, let's talk about how I got to this point. So like I said earlier, I'm in my divorce era. I'm in the middle of a divorce. And in the midst of this divorce, I've come to many realizations. One of them being that during my whole tenure of being a stay-at-home mom, I didn't really feel appreciated or respected. I constantly felt like I was looked down upon and that my job was seen as something that was easy. And from the outside looking in, yeah, sure, it can seem that way. But on the inside, it ain't. It ain't easy is not the word to describe being a stay-at-home mom to 2 boys with special needs. To give you a bit of background on that, both of my boys were born prematurely. My oldest son was born at 24 weeks, had a 6-month NICU stay, the whole shebang. It was rough. So staying home with him was not out of want, it was out of necessity because he came home with a range of health concerns and issues. He has a heart issue, a G-tube, a whole bunch of complex and special needs that needed to be carefully taken care of. So traditional daycare was not an option for him. My youngest son, born at 35 weeks, he was born with laryngomalacia, which is an upper airway disorder. And so also traditional daycare was not an option for him because if both of my boys got sick, it would not be like a typical sickness that a toddler brings home, a few sniffles, a few coughs, they're all good. No, it would probably result in a hospital stay. So like I said, stay-at-home mom out of necessity, not want. And I realized a few things, but while I was at home, like I said, I was constantly looked down upon and not really respected, always told, that my job was easy and that, I'm not really doing much with my time. Although all of my time was dedicated to being my boys' mom, teacher, nanny, babysitter, cleaner, personal private chef, nurse, you name it. I took on all of the titles. And I did it with love because obviously I love my boys. And I do it again over and over and over if I had to. But I came to a breaking point recently. I have been struggling with homelessness for the past month. I'm staying in various hotels and Airbnbs because during this divorce process, I half made the decision to leave the home that I was sharing with my almost ex-spouse, but I felt like I was pushed out of it. It was constantly asked, what's your plan? When are you moving out? Basically, when are you gonna leave? And it was common knowledge that I did not have a job, although I had been applying, even had a few offers that fell through. Nothing stuck or nothing was coming through for me. So this was common knowledge. And so I finally got tired of the whole, when are you gonna leave? And I felt unwanted and unsafe, really, in the space. So I made the decision to ask my almost ex-spouse, hey, you pay for 7 days of me living in a hotel, 7 days of me having a rental car so I can get back here and take care of the kids all day easily. I'll work something out. The universe will deliver me my abundance on a silver platter because, I'm going to be rewarded for making this decision to focus on myself and focus on my career and leave a toxic situation. So you know what? The universe has my back. I only need 7 days from you, which turned out to not be true at all. After the 7 days of the hotel were up, I was not miraculously delivered a silver platter of positive abundance or a silver platter of cash. In fact, I did have to return to the home, the space that I stayed, with my almost ex-spouse a few times, a couple times, I think 2 times actually. But what, like I said, really brought to my breaking point, I needed to come back a third time because my funds from selling all of my stuff, doing freelance work, had dried up again because hotels are expensive. I came to him and I was like, hey, can I sleep on my children's floor again until I figure out, something else? Ultimately, he said no, which is okay. I'm okay with that. This is technically your space now. You can make whatever decision you want. I can respect that. But then you took it a little bit too far. He mentioned the fact that, while I was coming and staying with the boys, although while I was coming, and staying back in the home, I was still taking care of all the boys all day, doing all the work for them, taking them to all of their doctor appointments, doing all their paperwork and documentations for doctor visits, signing them up for activities and therapies. I was doing it all. I was told that I wasn't contributing. Albeit, no, I was not contributing financially. I haven't been contributing financially, the entire marriage. I didn't have a job. We were depending on his income. And it was common knowledge that I didn't have a job, but I was sitting here being told once again that I wasn't contributing to my children. And at first, it made me sad, and it took me back to how I felt during the entire marriage. Like, I just didn't feel appreciated for any of the work that I was putting in to ensure our children's success, survival, and health. And that really hurt. But a few hours later, it really kicked in, like, Nico, what are you doing? You've been told to your face multiple times that you are not appreciated, you are not respected for the work that you are doing. So why don't you stop doing it? And so I was like, okay, I am gonna stop. I'm gonna quit. I am going to focus on myself, my career, and figuring out what I want and need to do in this life. And I'm going to hand off these childcare mom duties temporarily because I gotta figure out stuff for myself, because if I don't get my life together, then I'm not going to be able to be there for my boys in the capacity that they need. And that's going to be a problem in the long run. So I decided that I wanted to leave this homeless era behind. When I wasn't, living in the space that I shared with my almost ex-husband, and I was in hotels, I'm walking in 100-degree weather 20 minutes to get to the closest bus stop to me, just so I can be there for my children, to get them to their appointments and take care of them all day. And that was exhausting. It was draining. Good for the body though. It was real good exercise. It's good for the heart. I appreciated that. But I realized that that wasn't sustainable. So ultimately, I reached out to some family members who offered me financial support and housing security, which, let me tell y'all how grateful I am for that. I literally was praying each day for safety and stability, and it was delivered to me. I didn't expect any of this. I did not expect for my journey to take this turn and to be staying with relatives, but it did. And life comes at you unexpectedly, but I'm just grateful to, be housed and to be safe and to not have to worry about where I'm gonna lay my head each night and how I'm gonna pay for it. That's truly a blessing. And so I've decided to stay with them for some time until I get back on my feet and figure out how I'm going to move forward with my life. And I also know what you may be thinking. Nico, why didn't you just file for some alimony? Duh. Well, it seems simple. However, I don't believe that filing for alimony would have been a safe option for me, especially with me coming back and seeing my boys in the home that I once shared with my almost ex-spouse every day. I don't really want to expound upon that, but I don't think that that would have been a safe, valuable option for me. And my almost ex-spouse did make it abundantly clear multiple times that, one, that is not my house, that is not my space, and that he does not feel really obligated to help me out anymore now that I don't want to be in a relationship with him. And that's completely fine. I'm gonna figure it out some other way. I'm very spiritual. I'm a spiritual girly. I'm an astrology girly. So I believe in divine timing. I believe in divine planning. And I trust my spirit team. I trust my highest self. I trust the divine. I trust source. I trust God. So I know that, although one road may be blocked for me, which, alimony is blocked for me, there will be money, abundance, and prosperity that will rain down on me in some other way. I just gotta walk the path, I did not just leave my children, coldly, like, bye, in the middle of the night. I did set up all of their therapies and services. I took them, to all of their doctor appointments before I left to make sure that they were straight and there will be really no gaps in my absence. So I did a little bit of extra work before quitting. So I didn't really, you know, quit on the spot like that. I should have though. I really should have. This brings me to a new era, a new point in my life, and it's super scary and it's super hard. Like, if you're a mom who's always around your children, stepping away from them, you feel a lot of guilt, and I felt a lot of shame. I don't feel it anymore because I know I'm doing what's best for me and for my boys in the long run. I felt a lot of pain stepping away from them. I cried the whole airplane ride here. I cry every night. I think about them a lot, and I'm always, just thinking about how am I going to get back to my boys, and how am I going to make a life for myself. But I know that it was a necessary thing for me to do, and no matter how much it hurts, I know that this is going to pay off in the long run. Why am I making this video? Why am I telling y'all all a little bit of my tea about, my divorce and homeless era and all the things that I've been through? For starters, I want other moms who are going through similar situations, whether you're thinking about, leaving a relationship, you've been a stay-at-home mom, you don't have your own income, you don't really know what you're going to do or what's next. I want you to know, if you gotta leave them kids or that kid, that baby, with the daddy, let them. You should not ever be holding all of the parenting responsibilities on your own, even if the other parent is working. That's not how parenthood works, okay? So if you gotta leave them with the daddy, with another relative, while you get your stuff together, do it. There's nothing wrong with that, and you should not be ashamed of it. It's okay to feel anxiety and fear about it. You're human, those are normal emotions. But if them kids is gonna be taken care of, you do what you gotta do, mama, okay? So documenting this for myself as well, I wanna look back on these videos and see how far I've come in my journey, because I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna make it, okay? I'm gonna make some stuff shake. I'm going to achieve all of my goals. I'm going to achieve all of my dreams. So I wanna make these collective of videos to look back on and be like, wow, I really did make it. And one day my children will look at these videos and be like, wow, my mama really did make it. She left me, but she made it. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm not really sure where this journey is going to lead me, where it's going to take me, but I have confidence in myself. I know everything's going to work out. Ideally, I'll be working on my businesses full time. I have many different ones. I'll link them in this video if you want to check them out. But right now, those are a little bit on pause. One, because your girl needs funds to reopen the domain for a few of them. So if you'd like to donate and help me out with that, I'll leave my Cash App as well. I'm still looking for work because, if I gotta do a traditional job to fund those businesses, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, okay? What needs to be done will be done. I don't know what's going on, what's gonna happen, but I'm grateful that, at least for some time, I get to really sit and rest in my divine feminine energy, because for so long, I was trapped and stuck in my masculine energy, and I was go, and worrying, doing. And it feels really good to sit outside, relax, get some sun, wake up, drink a smoothie, eat some grapes, and not stress. That's been so relaxing and so rewarding, so I give so much thanks. So if you'd like to follow me on this post-divorce journey, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, because I will be giving y'all some more tea, and I will be posting some more updates along this journey, and it's gonna be fun. So buckle up, join the ride with me. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Until next time.